fact, there's been globally an increasing recognition that climate change impacts are changing human mobility patterns. And we're seeing in many cases that these pathways of movement for human mobility can lead to situations of insecurity and conflict, mostly in those contexts that are already characterized by conflict and weak governance. It's really important to, stay away as much as possible from the alarmist narratives that portray migration, mobility as a risk. So it's really important to understand these dynamics in a context-specific, granular way as much as possible.
One, two, three, four, five. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a sound check. Every 5 seconds, on average, at least 4 people are displaced in the context of storms, floods, droughts, and other disasters.
According to IOM's displacement tracking matrix, there's more than 170,000 persons who remain displaced primarily in Iraq's south due to environmental degradation. As the audience is likely aware, Iraq is very much dependent on transboundary water sources, which makes it acutely vulnerable to reduced flows from upstream countries and can and is leading to protracted drought situations.
We always think about rural to urban migration, but in the case of Haiti, some of the insecurity that is arising now is linked to the reverse patterns of urban back to rural and the competition that arises over increasingly scarce resources.
Pacific Island governments see migration or planned relocation as a measure of last resort. And so given that, I think the greatest challenge is actually enabling the conditions that provide for a number of other adaptation options to remain in play, including the prevention of loss and damages.
There is a great need for collaboration across boundaries. Neither climate change nor mobility stops at national borders. We need to work together to find sustainable solutions. Regional organizations play an important role by providing an institutional framework for cooperation between governments, but also across sectors. And this can mean different things. It can mean, for instance, providing the evidence base to inform policymaking, but also to shape a shared narrative and understanding of the risk landscape. It can also mean facilitating dialogue and holding the political space, especially during times of tension, when actors who should sit together may find it difficult to find their way to a table to discuss common issues and common challenges. It can also mean promoting real action on the ground that provides tangible improvements to the lives and livelihoods of communities most affected by the linkages between climate change, peace, and security. The forthcoming study by the OSCE, adelphi, and the International Institute for Applied Systems Analysis shows clearly that climate change is one of several factors dictating decisions around mobility. It's not the only one, but it's a very important factor.
There are 3 main lessons from Southeastern Europe that I think can be applied to other regions. First of all, complexity and context matter. It's important to understand the complexity of these dynamics in order to develop adequate responses to them. The second lesson is that we need evidence-based analysis and data. They still matter. They matter a lot in order to understand what the climate impacts are, what the climate impacts will be. And finally, I would say the work that we've done in Southeastern Europe has really put into evidence the importance of regional approaches. A lot of the work will have to be done at the national level. A lot of the responses will have to take place at the local level. Within communities, within societies, within cities, within villages. But there's a lot that can be done and needs to be done at the regional level because some of these trends are cross-boundary.
Strategic policy frameworks suggest a more flexible solutions for securing land rights and preventing conflicts, such as a basic land plan, which is a simplified version of land registration, as well as flexible communal adaptive land relationships, which resonate with historical values of l'Écoute and enables to share resources.
In Iraq, IOM has been supporting the government to develop a human mobility chapter in Iraq's National Adaptation Plan. Obviously, the new NAPs that are coming forward now really represent key instruments for identifying not only climate priorities, but also how to better access climate finance.
Countries are at different places when it comes to climate mobility. They have different priorities. And so rather than just impose a one-size-fits-all solution, we've tried to create these supportive ecosystems, putting the government in the driver's seat, a government official in the driving seat, and helping them answer questions such as, who is at risk of climate displacement in my country? Where are they located? How many of them are there? Where are they likely to go?
We need a mindset shift that not only looks at mobility as a threat to security, but also as a challenge that needs to be managed and that can ultimately create opportunities as well.